Hello and welcome to vlog number 14. It is October the 19th and I promise we are going to keep this one short because I am dragging today. Thank you for sitting through yesterday and my journey, and thank y'all so much for the comments. It is a struggle and I get it, and thank you for being understanding and supportive and positive and all of that. So it's one of those days. As you can see, I did not do any videos at the gym today, but I did manage to get, oh, what was that? I did manage to get a couple pictures. It's better than nothing. I'm still working on trying to figure out this glasses thing. Apparently, I pressed the button, and whenever I was putting them down, I was recording, but when I thought I was recording, it was not recording, and oh my gosh, I think I need a degree in how to record with these silly things. I may have to just take a stand and do it like the pretty girls do, but I'm not a pretty young girl. Anyway, we are going to keep this really, really short today because the last ones have been too long, and I don't want to waste your time. And just today, I am having one of those days where I am not feeling very creative with the things that I need to be creative about. I have managed to do my lip control. I have managed to work on both of my books. I've managed to do quite a bit. But the one thing that I really needed to do was to get a script together for another short for Cecil, my old man character. And I have got writer's block like you would not believe. So what I thought I would do is I would talk to you about a little bit about coming up with topics. Now we are going to I will be covering, and this weekend I will be posting a video going through my book on different joke writing techniques. But I thought we'd keep this real. It really helps to be a ventriloquist to be able to write comedy. That's part of the keys. Well, what do you do when you just can't think of anything funny? One of the problems I'm having right now is a lot of times you can look for current events, you can look at other things, see if things spark you. Well, when I look at the news right now, because the news is not very good, and I don't watch the news, what I like to do is I like to look at headlines. Well, we're in a time right now where the headlines are not that good. Then, another thing to do is to go to the bizarre and unusual headlines. Sometimes that's fun. I am hitting a blank. I think I might have come up with something. Well, I come up with a couple of things. Scrolling through some videos, there's a really big body acceptance thing. That's okay, I get that. I'm trying to look at it through the perspective of an old man. And then I started thinking about mobility scooters, and before my mother left, I had to take her to the grocery store, and it was very, very frustrating for me as I would have this 86-year-old woman getting out of my car, getting in a mobility scooter, and I couldn't find them. And the problem I had trying to find them was so many people who were not as ambulatory as they should, but they were not old because they were very big, and I don't mean that as an insult. There just wasn't enough for my mom, and to me, she needed it more than they did, and it became a really big struggle, and my mind started going that way, but I cannot come up with a way to do that without being almost a little bit too harsh, so I'm shelving that idea, and I started thinking about Joe Biden being old, and then I'm thinking, I don't really want to crash on him, trying not to be too political right now with everything going on in Israel, but I think I've come up with something to work on. I'm going to let you in. I'm thinking I'm going to go in a direction of, you remember, back in the day, you were always afraid that your parents would get to a certain age that you'd have trouble stopping them from driving? Okay, well, I'm thinking about going that way with somebody being so old. Wonder if their parents think about them, like if an old person's going to drive, you take the keys. Well, how do you stop somebody from running for president? I don't know. Might be too political. That's what I'm throwing that around in my mind. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some mind mind mining with a piece of paper and some different ideas because I really want to come up with a short for Cecil. And we'll see how it goes. Today was a good day. I made it to the gym, as you can see. I needed new windshield wipers. Tomorrow's going to be raining all day long, and my windshield wipers are falling apart, so I had to go do that. I went to the bakery, picked up some bread. Now, I didn't feel like baking any bread. And, crazy thing, I got a complaint about my video yesterday. I got a notice that somebody complained that I had violated a copyright infringement, and I got a lecture from YouTube about using music, and it was on yesterday. I'm using music, but I didn't use any music in yesterday's video, and the only music that I have used was the one when I used the intro, and I paid for that. I paid for that license, and I've got it. YouTube came back and said that they had reviewed it and I had done nothing wrong, but I can't for the life of me figure out what I might have done. Hey, if you got any ideas, let me know. Anyway, that's it for today. If you are working on some comedy, try your mind mapping, that's what it's called. And I'd like to know if you're working on a particular joke, just because it might help me to feel, not so worthless because I'm having trouble thinking of something. But we all have those little blind spots. So, a lot of times it can help you with your creativity to sit down and read. I am going to sit down and I am going to read. And yeah, because TV's not that good right now. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, treat others like you'd like to be treated. And forgiveness is the key. I'll see you tomorrow.